The second hearing in Detroit's bankruptcy case is setting some new ground rules tonight. The judge is giving attorneys a week now to send their comments on a proposed mediator in this deal. There will also be a fee examiner to review tax dollars spent on legal fees for Detroit's emergency manager, and a committee of retirees will be formed to negotiate cuts. The judge also had a message for all of Detroit. 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner joins us live with more on it. Okay, what's the message from the judge, Jim?
Stephen, he says he wants Detroit to have a fresh start, and the way to get there is to not make this bankruptcy contentious, but rather to have a consensual resolution.
Most important of all is that consensual resolution of the city's disputes with its creditors is in the best interest of the citizens of the city of Detroit. Without addressing their legal rights as such, the city that they deserve, a city that is strong, vibrant, and responsive, is more readily achieved after a settlement between the city and its creditors than after long, expensive, and potentially bitter litigation.
Also in court, the Jones Day attorney for the city said not only are they on the judge's fast track, but even faster.
Time is our enemy. The facts are not going to change. It is our hope and desire that we will file a plan by year end, which is well in advance of the deadline you have set.
But attorneys for retirees, the two city pension systems, and unions are saying not so fast. The big issue still unresolved. Does the Michigan Constitution protect against cuts to their pensions? Does that protection stand here in federal bankruptcy court or get struck down?
The Constitution of Michigan means something, and it needs to mean something, and we'll make those arguments at the appropriate time.
They're still arguing that issue today, whether or not we need a committee before we determine eligibility of this Chapter 9 case. And then we come down to whether or not we have this constitutional protection that makes them sacrosanct or untouchable.
In fact, one attorney argued here 24 states have similar protections. This is an issue that's still several weeks away from being resolved. We're live downtown. Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.
Yeah, Jim, on this issue of timing, the judge has given them all the way until like next spring, but the emergency manager wants to get this thing, the plan, worked out a lot sooner than that. Is it realistic, and will the judge allow them to speed up the timetable?
The next big hurdle that will determine everything is October the 23rd. That is the actual trial, and that is the term over whether Detroit is even eligible to be in Chapter 9 bankruptcy. That's when we could see this issue of constitutionality play out. Once we get past that, then the city says, yeah, we can fast track this and have it done at the end of the year.
All right, Jim, thank you very much for your continued coverage on the issue of federal bankruptcy hearing. Carolyn?
All right, Stephen. While the hearing took place inside, protesters raised their voices outside the courthouse. Take a listen.
We have to stand up for ourselves, and we have to organize, and we have to mobilize, and we have to tell them, no, we owe you nothing.
They marched on the sidewalk speaking out against the bankruptcy. They claim the process is putting Detroit's massive debt right on the backs of retirees and workers who can least afford it. The protesters accuse banks of trapping Detroit in high-interest loans and say they should pay the price for the city's bankruptcy.